So what separates performing arts from other college courses? I guess when I hear certain music-based courses being advertised, and a lot of the times they'll say things like, you're fast track to the music industry. A lot of times I think that's somewhat disingenuous because obviously the nature of performing arts, it goes far, far beyond technical skills. You do need to have that self-assurance, self-confidence to lay yourself bare, put yourself out there.
What attracted me to doing performing arts was I've sang all my life, and when the performing arts course came up, I just wanted to give it a go and hopefully see if it would bring me in the right direction to becoming a singer.
Well, I really like acting, and I've always wanted to pursue it, but I didn't have enough faith in myself to go forward with it as far as after secondary school. And then in secondary school, my counsellors said that acting is available in LCFE and that would be a really good course.
I've never really knew what to do, was it acting or singing, but I knew I wanted to do something in that for my chosen career. So I've enjoyed how fun it can be. It can be like 3 hours, can just fly by in the blink of an eye. It's so fun to sing and work together.
When they think that there's a certain ceiling that they can reach, they think this is as high as I can go, or this is the height of my ability. But when you push them a little bit further and they go above that, and all of a sudden it's going up and up and up, that by 2 or 3 months later, what they thought was the height of their capabilities is in fact way, way above it.
So I was always told I couldn't do it because I needed a background in music. And yeah, I just took a chance one day, I sent in an audition and I was actually got accepted to the course, so kind of took the chance then and it was kind of a confidence boost.
Yeah, I shoot myself, not gonna lie, but after a while I got used to it. After the first session I was fine, because before that I was never in the studio, I never recorded anything, because before here I could never write songs. Now I'm able to write like full songs and stuff.
When the students first come in, they're generally very quiet, very timid, very shy. Obviously it can be difficult when you're within a new group for the first time, particularly with performing arts where there's pressure involved, you have to perform. And so a lot of the times, a lot of the students are kind of in their own shell to begin with.
I want to be a performer. And I thought performing arts would be the way to do it. I want to do more of the songwriting side of it for music. I feel like that's what I'm good at, and I feel like that's the way I want to go in my life.
Like I was in a lot of shows when I was younger. I like to sing as well. So it all depends really on the part you're playing, because sometimes you can be given a part and you might not like it, and then it's more difficult to step into that part's shoes. But thankfully I've had parts that I've liked.
There's definitely a big requirement for you to shed some of your fears, walk into the unknown to some degree, build your self-esteem, build your self-confidence, and as well as that, getting into a recording studio, it can be quite intimidating. You have to push yourself to limits that you didn't know were possible for you.
When I first came in, I thought I was used to recording myself and all that, and then the first time I sat behind the mic in the studio, I thought my legs were just shaking, like I thought I was gonna fall or something. It was a big step up, so I was quite nervous at first, yeah.
While I was a little bit distracted by the lighting and all that, I managed to get used to it. But to me, music videos are pretty much just like films, really.
So I guess that's what separates it, unlike other courses where you study your theory, you do your exams and you graduate. The performing arts, way, way different. But we normally start the year by getting them to do a group project where everybody gets the opportunity to contribute, and that too in a way then gives everybody that added bit of confidence.
I think with a project the scale of Fairtale, New York, I kind of understood it. I didn't find the process frustrating because I saw how much work was going into it, and I think that helped me through it a lot.
I will admit, first going into there, I was only a tad bit nervous, but as I've gotten used to it, I've grown a bit more comfortable. While I was a little bit distracted by the lighting and all that, I managed to get used to it.
Yeah, it's a huge leap in fairness, because first couple of recordings everyone's out of key because they're too nervous to properly sing into the microphone, so no one's in proper key. But then as they got the last recordings, everyone's just there belting it out happily.
Actually, funnily enough, it was these two who first heard me sing in the booth. I think it was the group all went for coffee or something, and then it was just us three in the booth, and I was literally jumping around. I literally could not sit still. I had to get a chair. I was jumping around the booth. I was and then I sang a note to try to warm up, and they were like, "Oh my God, you can sing!" And I was like, "Nah."
But I think everyone's in the same boat. I think everyone kind of thinks of themselves, but all of the students are nervous in some way or another going in, whether they've got no experience or whether they have experience already. So I think you just have to go for it. The first time you might be really nervous, but then you realise, well, I did it and it actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah, the vocal warm-ups, it just kind of reminded me how important they are just before, you know, you do a song, that your vocal cords need to be trained and, exercised before you go in the booth. And as for Aisling as a teacher, I agree with the girls. She's been an amazing teacher, and I've learned a lot from having her.
Having Aisling with us, big addition. And she was great with the lads in the way she did a lot of the vocal coaching. She was helping them through some of the music theory stuff. And particularly for the girls, because they're vocalists and wanting to specialise in that area, having Aisling with us was a huge addition.
Literally, Aisling is one of the best teachers throughout my education that I've, from secondary school, let's say, all the way up. She just has her own way of teaching, and as Sophia put it well, she went out of her way to teach us certain things, and she gave me a lot more confidence in myself as well.
It makes such a difference once the vocal box is warmed up. They're able to reach a bigger range. But I think the main thing is if you're focused and if you put the practice in, you'll see the efforts come true.
I love the way we built it from the ground up. The song, it wasn't like a karaoke version, we built it from the ground up, and the music video was sick as well.
It was an experience at the least, as in we had free reign, so at least we had Lauren BK with the camera, so she had a little bit of experience, so she knew, so we weren't completely clueless, but it was the whole getting focused and this and that, and just the in between was the funnest part. It was coming up with the ideas and displaying them, and because we're all so close, it was hard to be serious around each other at some points. We'll just be laughing through the scenes, or we'd be dropping wine bottles on the floor and a glass broke and everything. It was all over the place, and then lighting, but it was fun. And we got good shots from it, so it was good.
For me, it was quite fun when we had to shoot the video with Josh on the bench or whatever that night. We had to try and battle with rain. Thankfully, Mother Nature was nice to us. It eventually stopped. But even though I wasn't in front of the camera, I'd been behind the camera, I learned a lot about the way the camera work is kind of done.
It was really fun, and the rain that night was torrential. Me and Abby came up in costume because we had to be ready to shoot, and it was. I think our umbrella actually snapped back, didn't it? At one stage, and we were running around the place, and at one point we looked like we were having a freaking domestic on the street.
It was great. I've never done anything like that before though, but it was an experience, so I really enjoyed it though. It was fun, I got a free drink out of it as well, so I can't complain. But yeah, it was good. Lauren, I remember her just slapped me so much. She slapped me one time so hard the nose ring came out of my nose.
I literally had to slap Josh across the face, and he was go for it, I do not care, just go for it, just slap me.
I've always loved acting. I've done bits and pieces, and especially in secondary school, but I never got in front of a camera and a main role, or got to properly act, camera out, everything, different scenery, everything. So it was it felt like a big step towards what I wanted to do. It felt like it made me more envision it being a possible, a reality more.
I think people think acting is such a serious thing, and in reality it's not. You have fun, especially learning about it too. Shooting the video was cool.
It was a bit more daunting than the actual singing, just because I'm not really that good in camera. But now that it's finished, it's nice to reminisce. We have a nice video to look back on, and we all had so much fun making it. Although we did bump into a few slight problems along the way, we all still had so much fun doing it.
I feel it was very clear what the storyline was. People weren't confused watching it, because I showed it to so many people and they got the storyline straight away. They weren't oh, why is he doing that, or why is she doing that? Everyone understood it straight away.
Drank myself half the deck, gonna go out like Monroe. Getting kicked to the curb, got no friends, only foes. Life without you got me feeling alone. Like Leroy said, can't get away from a hole.
It's surprising, but I also knew they were well capable of getting there. But I thought the finished product was amazing, and I was showing it to my friends and family and they thought it was brilliant. You know, and I think it's great for them to have that, to see how they started from nothing and produced that.
So I guess with Lauren White, when she first came in, obviously everybody's going to be nervous on the first day. I remember the first day we were doing vocal recordings for Fairy Tale in New York, and I swung around in the chair and I asked who wants to go first, and I kind of looked at Lauren. Fair play to her. She jumped up, got into the booth. Couldn't have been easy for her, particularly with all the classmates looking at her through the glass. But she got up, she did it. A little nervous, but once she got over it the first time, she was plain sailing from there.
I feel at the start, she, confidence-wise, was ahead of everyone. She was the first to get into the booth, but then once you get into the booth trying to sing, it's totally different. Nerves gets a hold of you and you can't really perform to the standard that you would be naturally. But over time, she definitely lost all her nerves and she was brilliant just to listen to and to watch how she did everything.
I feel like she's at home in the studio compared to where she was now, like, because before it would be a little bit of an effort to try and, like, she'd go behind the mic but she was not comfortable, but now she seems more comfortable behind the microphone than she is in here, like, just talking to everyone. Like, she just seems at home when she's being recorded. She loves it, it seems like.
I remember from the start she was saying like, oh, I'm a singer, you know, that's what she's doing, and then I was waiting for the booth. I was like, let's see if you're actually a singer, and she proved it. Like, she can sing though, so you know, it's like Jordan with the guitar saying like, oh, I'm good at guitar. Then when you're actually like, he can back it up because he actually is sick on guitar, and it's the same with Lauren with singing. Like, she's one of the best singers, definitely.
I remember she had so many ideas, but she wasn't really speaking up on them at the start. But she would like give a little hint of I have this idea, that idea, but she wouldn't speak up. Then I started seeing her spark out of her comfort zone and being like, oh, I want to do this song, that song. And then getting into the studio, I remember she was a ball of nerves, like, and I'm the same, like, but, and us trying to give her encouragement. It's easy for us to give it to her, but it's harder to take it in and actually do it. And then once she did then, she was just like, oh, it wants to go on to the next song, and it was kind of like a proud mother moment, like, to be like, she did it, like, so it was really nice.
She's definitely grown more confident in like hitting high notes and stuff. When we were doing Fairy Tale in New York, she was a bit iffy doing notes.
Yeah.
But now that she's doing her own songs like Summer Over the Rainbow, she's gotten much more confident in singing the notes.
Especially high notes. You don't even care anymore. It's really cool to watch how like you go from caring so much about like, oh my god, everyone's gonna hear me, and it's gonna be this and it's gonna be shit, and then you're just like, don't give a damn about what anyone thinks, and just like sing the high note.
Well, she has gotten better as of late, but like earlier on, I have known that like she hasn't really done that much like singing in front of a mic before. But she did say that that's like her voice wasn't, you know, perfect and all. But like when I first heard it, I felt that she didn't even have a sore voice at all.
Yeah, I think her confidence has grown a lot, and her ability to get into the recording studio and perform confidently has been amazing.
Where troubles melt like lemon drops, way above the chimney tops, that's where you'll find me. Skies
So I think when it comes to modern day performing, one of the things you have to bear in mind is now that we live in a digital world where we have the internet and you've so many different social media platforms, people in the creative sphere, they're subject to a lot of scrutiny. It's not easy to put yourself out there, particularly with the way the internet can be somewhat unforgiving. You look at some of the main platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. A lot of the comments can be very depreciating, and that can be very difficult for people to overcome. It creates a lot of fear about the trepidation of people saying things about you, judging you, that kind of thing. So as far as the internet goes, it has certainly made it difficult for people to jump into the creative sphere for fear of judgment. But one of the things we try to tell the students is that if somebody judges you, not to take it to heart. You make the separation between what is somebody else's opinion. Is that an accurate reflection of your own abilities? And oftentimes it's not. And just to give them the self-confidence not to be too perturbed by that. Don't overthink it, don't be too worried about it. At the end of the day, as the old saying goes, haters are going to hate. So go forward, have the self-confidence to do it. Don't be worried about judgment or anything like that. Obviously that's easier said than done, I know. It's certainly not an easy thing to do. You do have to kind of take a leap of faith to some degree. But I think if you can get over that initial barrier of fear where you're worried about what other people will think of your own creative work, then the world's your oyster after that, because there is the plus side of technology in that 20 years ago we didn't have YouTube and we didn't have social media, which made it more difficult for people in the creative sphere to get their work out there, whereas now today we do have it. And so it's there to be utilized, I think. Don't let the fear of the internet haters hold you back. By all means, go for it.
Yeah, definitely. I think Clodagh was very hard on herself at the beginning. I think she needs to realise her potential and her talents. She's definitely very capable and has a really nice voice. So I think, again, having the experience of doing the recording studio really helps their confidence, and that's what it's all about.
Obviously we had Clodagh. She was part of the backing vocalists for the Fairy Tale in New York project. But when she got to January and she came in and was recording her own music, I mixed that record for her and pleasantly surprised. She was able to get in there and do it. Again, a little bit apprehensive at the beginning, but once she got into it, she was plain sailing. I think when I played the mix for everybody back in the studio, when they all heard it for the first time, everybody was kind of, whoa, that's Clodagh, they couldn't believe it. So it was nice to see her make that leap as well.
During Fairy Tale New York, I never really got to hear Clodagh sing. So hearing her own stuff with her own input, definitely insane to hear. She put a lot of effort into it, for sure. And I feel like that goes back to the thing where when it's their own compositions or maybe a song that they picked out, you definitely put a lot more effort into it.
I was impressed with her songs, and I felt that throughout the process, she may have been nervous, but us as a class basically supported her along the way, including me.
A superstar waiting to happen, and the fact that she doesn't even believe in that in herself is a joke. She recorded that track and it was absolutely insane. I think all of us, that she said that she had to put it out because Clodagh was the first one kind of done out of a lot of us. She was the first one who had her song done, and then I remember she had to go back and I think she had to do ad-libs, and even just hearing her do the ad-libs, it was insane to watch, because you hear artists songs all the time and you don't get to see the footage of them doing it live in the studio. To watch Clodagh just progress from what I had seen in Fairy Tale New York to that was just insane, because I knew that she had a voice. I did not think that she would go belting notes out like that. It was absolutely incredible to watch.
That was the interesting thing about the cover songs from Fairy Tale of New York, with Clodagh specifically as well. A lot of us, I suppose, even though we kind of all got a chance to sing, it was a group kind of project, and we knew the song and we knew what we were singing. But when it came to doing our own cover songs, when Clodagh started doing her own song, we kind of see more of the, her voice ability, and she just has this lovely tone to her voice that's, that it's very unique.
I remember even Clodagh was saying more about recording in front of people, and now she's just in there recording everything for the once. So it's a big step up for her too.
I was very surprised at Claudia because, like, you know, wanting just the girls and to record, and then you come in and hear that as for our track and you just weren't expecting it. Like, she has a great voice and it's a shame she doesn't realise.
She really came on, because I said it today, I was just like, you gotta be your own biggest fan though. I mean, obviously you're your own biggest critic, but like, I'm my own biggest fan though, because in life though, there's not going to be that many people that like fuck with you or fuck with your music, so you gotta be your own biggest fan though, I mean, but you also gotta be realistic as well. You can't be like too cocky and stuff though. You gotta be humble.
Got different people inside my head. I wonder which one they play like this. I'm done with trying to have it all and end up with not much at all. And now the time is here. Baby, you don't have to live your life in fear. And the sky is clear, it's clear. I feel, don't wanna live in fear again. I wanna feel like I am floating instead of constantly exploding in fear heavy.
Yeah, so I took them for music theory, music performance and music technology. And with the music performance we were mostly in the recording studio, and then for theory, you know, they got the background knowledge of the theory of music, and then in technology they were in the Mac lab using Logic Pro. Like, I remember walking into the classroom and they wouldn't really be talking much, whereas now you can't shut them up.
One word to describe Joshua Ledden would be loud. Loud personality, loud voice when he wants it.
Josh, always a very colourful character around the studio. When Josh would arrive in, you knew the energy in the room came up quite a bit. Always very encouraging to all his classmates. Great in the booth. Again, once he got over his initial apprehension of getting in there, he took to it. Soared like an eagle after a while. He was in there doing a full EP. He was coming in playing beats for me here, and he was sharing some of his bars and beats with the lads.
I felt like Josh from day one was kind of very enthusiastic and very loud. And when it came to recording, he kind of added a bit of positivity to the group that would kind of be quiet. He was kind of out there in a positive sense.
I think it's especially because they're influenced by growing up hearing all these rappers with their autotune and with good voices or American style voice, or you're not used to, especially with an Irish accent, you're not used to hearing their own voice. Like,
yeah, definitely. I was actually surprised by the boys that they just went straight in, had no inhibitions. I think that was brilliant, because if one person was nervous, then they saw, well, it's actually not too bad, and they were all there to support each other. But yeah, great confidence amongst all of them.
Well, the one thing I'm jealous of Josh is confidence. He just can be himself, and always. But Josh is great. You can always have a laugh with him. Like, I talk to him all the time. He's great to just chill or talk about ideas. But he's great to record, because in the booth he's just full of energy, and just, it's kind of hard. He'll say something that will get you laughing every single time without fail.
He would be in the studio when we were recording our solo stuff, and just comments, little positive comments, like no negativity came from him the entire year, I don't think. So definitely to have a type of person like Josh in the studio around you is definitely something that's greatly appreciated. Definitely, you don't see many people like him.
All comes to all, like he's a good guy. He messes around a lot, but he's a good guy. He's full of talent. Check out his EP.
Pops are like Bieber, girl, I'm tryna see ya. Baby, come my crib, we get faded off the liquor. See you posting thirst traps up on your Twitter. Date your lame ass boyfriend, cause girl, that boy bitter. Shawty too bad, yeah, I'm tryna be your mister. Your man a bitch boy, yeah, he need a babysitter. When I'm in the boot, yeah, I'm colder than winter. Teacher in this shit just like Master Spinner. Like Wheezy, yeah, I keep it a milli. You say that you're busy, I'm like, are you for really? Short and funny age, just like young Philly. Tweaking off the Mandy, ain't talking no Billy. Sipping Henny, yeah, I'm starting to get dizzy. Flyest in the game, yeah, dig no kizzy. Professional rapper, just like Lil Dicky. DJ, we scheming, call it $1.50. Young slacker, just like I'm Rigby. Vamp like Cartier, and you can be my Iggy. Me and my bitch, just like I'm Biggie. You say you got work, babe, just pull a sickie. Anywhere you wanna go, I ain't picky. Just trying to lead the city, yeah, it's just full of needies. People my IG, yeah, I know you see me. Love me more, just like I'm trippy. Pops are like Bieber, girl, I'm tryna see ya. Baby, come my crib, we get faded off the liquor. See you posting thirst traps up on your Twitter. Date your lame ass boyfriend, cause girl, that boy bitter. Shawty too bad, yeah, I'm tryna be your mister. Your man a bitch boy, yeah, he need a babysitter. When I'm in the boot, yeah, I'm colder than winter. Teacher in this shit just like Master Spinner.
I think performing arts is a career choice. It's always raised eyebrows from parents and friends and family. I think one of the things that will initially jump to mind is this something you can make a career out of? Will it sustain you for a long period of time? And of course, these are perfectly valid concerns and reservations. I think most parents want their children to do well. But I guess the nature of performing arts, you do have to take a leap of faith to some degree. Of course, there isn't the job security there that there would be in other industries, and that's certainly a factor you have to take into account. But I do believe, as I said before, that with all of the technology that's now available to us, there's more avenues for people to connect with fan bases and build new audiences than there was before. So I think if you do go to it with intent, marry it, exclude all the distractions, maybe block out the doubters, and take on board the concerns of family and friends, but certainly don't let that lead you down a path where you start to doubt your abilities to do it.
You watch Luke and like he goes serious, but then as soon as he starts singing, you can just tell he's having fun with it and he's enjoying the process. Like,
everyone was a bit nervous when they first started singing, like I was even, but I feel everyone, you know, they're way more comfortable than just going and start singing, and even sing in front of all of us, like, you know, even if we're not recording, just start singing casually. Like.
Luke, another one who surprised me greatly, when he first jumped into the booth, no airs or graces, no reservations, put on the headphones, got straight to it, didn't look bothered or nervous in the slightest. He was one of the ones, I think, who looked the least apprehensive and nervous. He just took to it like a duck to water.
He was kind of with Lauren on the first couple of days where he was raring to go 100%, and I think he gave it everything he got, especially like during performances, very animated, and it's nice to see someone with confidence going in there. He kind of he marched in there, but it's great to see someone just march into a place like a recording studio.
Luke, surprisingly, was a big, like, kind of, not, like, yeah, I suppose inspiration to me mainly because he had the whole persona of, like, fuck it. He was kind of more, he was like, come on, let's just do it, and like to watch him then go into the booth and just be like, fuck it, come on.
And even when we were recording after Christmas, he came in with 2 or 3 tracks that he was willing to try. I think he did The Who, My Generation, and he did Elton John, Your Song, which is quite a difference in terms of style.
So I got myself like those 2 cover songs coming up in that album that we are making for like PASX. One being the Who's My Generation, and the other being Your Song by Elton John. And I mainly decided to choose those songs because of like how both of those are different, and both of them come from before the 2000s, which is like pretty much like one of my favorite time periods really for music.
So excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see, are forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, what I really need, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world.
It's amazing to see their talents grow and just get the confidence, really. You see them in the recording studio, you know, at the beginning they were quite nervous and shy, but you know, they got out of their comfort zone, and to see them now.
Aisling's been a huge help. I think she's the reason a lot of the people actually really started enjoying the music theory side and started learning more about it. And she's been a huge help through our projects, always like with the vocal warm-ups on Fairy Tale in New York, or giving people little tips here and there how to improve. I don't think some of the stuff we've done would be nearly as good if she wasn't here.
We were definitely sad to see her go when she left us in the middle of March. She was a big loss to the team, but left a great mark on the girls. Certainly noticed after Christmas when they were getting in the booth, you could hear the improvement in their voices. Particularly Lauren and Sophia, I think, gleaned a lot from working with Aisling, and great to have her on board. As I say, a pity she couldn't stay with us a little bit longer.
I think her confidence has definitely grown since the start. I remember the very first time when she got into the vocal booth, she was very shy and she didn't really, it was kind of a new environment for her and she was trying to get used to it and everything. But even listening to her perform her own song after doing Fairy Tale of New York, the minute she got into the booth, I could see a massive difference in her. Like, she was just like, let's do this. She didn't care about the nerves. She didn't care that there was people looking. She was just like, yeah, I want to do this.
She never really said she was a singer, or not a singer, but she didn't really say it that much though. Then when you heard her, then she was like you can sing, like holy shit. Like every person that I saw the video or shown the video, they say like she's definitely like the best singer, like, you know, out of everybody though, you know, purely just because like she can sing, like, you know.
Yeah, we basically just recorded our lines separately and then just combined together in post-production and all that. But yeah, in terms of the music video standards, I say we got along just fine.
I feel Sophia did give it 100% and she gave it everything she could, but when it got time to record her own stuff that she was interested in past Christmas, it was a totally different person in the studio. Definitely there was desire and there was effort put into it. Not saying that she didn't put effort into Fairy Tale New York. I felt like she just took it up another level when recording her own stuff, and the song she recorded came out really well.
Sophia, pretty similar. When she first came in, obviously I could tell there's a little bit of apprehension. It's a new environment, but played an absolute blinder on Fairy Tale in New York. Was absolutely brilliant on the lead vocals. certainly did herself justice there. And even after Christmas, when it came to recording some of her own material and her own music, took it on then to another level. I think she recorded 3 or 4 tracks here after Christmas, all of which one as good as the next.
Yeah, I think she could develop vocal technique and continue with her projection. And I think as well, you know, because she was so quick to get in the recording studio, I think that helped the other students see how confident she was. So it definitely works in a group setting that if one of them can spur on the other, it really helps.
And me and Sophia have become really, really good friends as well. You know, the encouragement that I've tried to give her and everything, and the encouragement she's tried to give me, and it's just really good knowing that, you know, to watch somebody that you've known from the beginning be shy and not know what to do, to now be more confident and just be like, yeah, let's do this, I don't care anymore. It's really good to be able to watch.
My friends know I play a run, skinny dipping rabbit holes for fun, popping balloons with guns, getting high off helium. We paint white roses red, each shade from a different person's head. The dream is a killer, getting drunk with the blue caterpillar. I'm peeling the skin off my face, 'cause I really hate being sad. The normals, they make me afraid. The crazies, they make me feel sane. I'm nuts, baby, I'm mad, the craziest friend you've ever had. You think I'm psycho, you think I'm gone. Tell the psychiatrist something is wrong. Over the bend, entirely bonkers. You like me best when I'm off my rocker. Tell you a secret, I'm not alone. So what if I'm crazy? The best people are. All the best people are crazy. All the best people are. Where is my prescription? Doctor, please listen. My brain is scattered. Chicken me Alice, I'll be the Mad Hatter. I'm peeling the skin off my face, 'cause I really hate being sad. The normals, they make me afraid. The crazies, they make me feel sad.
Being in this course actually helped me realise how to finish writing songs, because I've had song ideas for the last 2 years now that I still don't have lyrics finished. And then my first track, Runaway, that was I started writing the lyrics. I had a chorus idea and then I just started writing with it, and it came in about 10 minutes and I was happy with it, which was a surprise because that was inspired by one of the Beatles songs. I was just listening to She's Leaving Home and then I was like, I want to write a song kind of like that.
Like, I will admit, when I first looked at Jordan playing the guitar and then singing, I was just like, why couldn't I be good at that or something like that?
Obviously then you've Jordan, who can be, I call him the silent assassin. He's one of those kind of ones where he's always quiet, but you could walk out of the studio for 20 minutes and walk back in, and Jordan could have a full multi-track loaded up inside in Logic and about 10 instruments already recorded and already building out a track. So when he was recording his own music, that was great to see, particularly with him being a multi-instrumentalist. He play acoustic guitar, electric guitar, bass guitar, can do a little bit on the drums, and great to see him in the vocal booth doing everything all himself. Not many people can do that, so in terms of all-round talent, Jordan is definitely one of the standouts.
Jordan's really good. He's talented. He's crazy talented. I swear to God, the guy can play any instrument you give him. Like, he's insane on guitar. We had a day, me and Jordan, where we just went into the booth behind me here again and played guitar and sang loads with Jake as well. Jake and him were backing me up on guitar and I was just singing, and we were just busting out loads of covers, and it was fun. Like,
I think working with Jordan is something that you can't really not appreciate. Myself, coming from a type of music where it's very simplistic and very kind of based towards simplicity, acoustic guitar, maybe vocals, harmonica. You don't hear a lot of stuff in folk music, and having Jordan there with his music tastes and his knowledge of music was extremely helpful.
Then we had Jake after Christmas. Once Jake had the opportunity to get in, brought in his own music, started recording. He brought out his guitars, the harmonicas came out, and you could hear the Bob Dylan influences blaring out through the speakers as he was recording his own music. But very refreshing to see that where Jordan might be kind of indie rock / punk rock kind of genre, and Josh being hip hop, that Jake came in then and gave his own kind of ideas to the musical process and songwriting, and the way he produced his work, being folk, was then a different genre to everybody else, so it kind of gave a nice variation.
Suddenly it stopped, playing the same old game, feeling like I've just gone mute, nothing coming now, same old fears, same old problems, that's just how it is. I'm going crazy for you, nothing can stop me now.
All the vinyl that's constantly spinning, the doors open and close all the time. Puff of smoke and people lost in dreaming. The smoke blows away and she smiles. Her nails painted like rusted iron. She plays with her hair once in a while. But my fingers on the trigger for the thoughts that do still linger, 'cause I can't get a face out of my mind. It might go away, but it comes back every time.
Jonathan there's not much to say about Jonathan, but he's a brilliant singer. He's fantastic. Not much to say. He's a great person, but I was blown away when I first heard him sing. Like he's probably one of the best singers. I think he is the best singer in the group. No offense to anyone else, he's just outstanding. And he has a fondness of ABBA, and I feel like that's helped him with his singing style. I feel like it's outstanding. I'm recording him myself, being engineering for him. He's just something different realistically. I've never heard anything like it, and as such a nice person as well, that you very positive and in his thinking, and definitely another person to keep an eye on in the future. Yeah.
Jonathan, great around the group, always very encouraging to his classmates. Again, kind of like Jordan in that he's quiet, but when he's called upon to do his bit, he never ever fails to deliver. It got to the point where when he goes into the booth, I already know he'll get it in 2 or 3 takes. It's going to be quick. 10-15 minutes, Jonathan will be done. Great vocalist, great singer, all the talent in the world. Like his classmates, if he applies himself and goes to it with gusto and marries it and pursues it with all his intention, all his heart, could certainly see him doing great things in the arena of performing arts.
Don't hang around and let your problems surround you. There are movie shows downtown. Maybe you know some little places to go to where they never close. downtown. Just listen to the rhythm of a gentle bossa nova. You'll be dancing with them too before the night is over. Happy again. The lights are much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown, where all the lights are bright. Downtown, waiting for us tonight. Downtown, we're gonna be alright now.
So I guess my advice to anybody looking to pursue a career in performing arts, the first thing I would say is commit to it. When I say commit to it, I mean marry it to the exclusion of all distraction. I guess one of the things the internet brings in a negative sense is distraction. We're surrounded by so many things that can pull our attention away, and it can be hard to focus. So I would say that's the number one. Obviously, as I mentioned before, it can bring a lot of doubt and concern from parents, friends and family that maybe it might not be a sustainable career, and so you have to be able to block that out, focus, don't let people's doubts detract you, and as I say, go to it to the exclusion of all other distractions. Second one I would say is invest time to develop your skills, be it vocal coaching. You can take additional classes in music production, learning an instrument, projecting your voice. There's numerous things you can do, but always be working to improve your skill set. One of the things I always tell the lads is the reason Celine Dion and Mariah Carey and all of these top level singers are so good, they all work with vocal coaches. You know, they didn't get to the top and then stop. So I think that's one thing you have to be mindful of. Never stay static, always be developing your skills. Number 3, I would say surround yourself with people of similar ambition. There will be days where it will get tough. There will be times you might have to travel the road on your own, and that calls on a lot of perseverance. Being around people who encourage you and build you up is a huge part of it, in my opinion.
I remember when we first started out, like we already started like grouping up as a team. We'd already started to create a small bit of a bond. So we're jumping in then out of nowhere. It was obviously, I can't imagine, it must have felt like awkward and uncomfortable. Like, but the first day off the bat, like I came in and I didn't even know who she was, and she's just all poppy and cherry and so nice.
Coming into a group that was kind of already prepped and kind of raring to go in the studio, and it's going in their first day, everyone was nervous, and definitely she has to go in now where everyone else has confidence, and it's definitely tough to get a hold of. You can't really imagine what she would be thinking in that situation.
Then we had Lauren Kelly, who joined us a little late, but a great addition to the class. I would imagine the first day for her in the studio was quite a baptism of fire, because obviously the lads had begun the course, I think maybe about a month ahead of Lauren. So by the time Lauren came in, everybody had at least 1 or 2 takes in the studio under their belt. She had to go in first time around. It was quite daunting for her.
I remember the first time she performed, she was very adamant she didn't want anyone in the room to listen. Whereas now, only a few minutes ago, she was in here singing along with me and Lauren to This Is Me and introducing me and all these Disney Channel songs, and she was just having the time of her life, and she didn't really care.
Because she is such a sick singer, like, you know, even just hearing her there, like, she can sing though, so I'd love to see her do some like original stuff, or even cover some other artists that she likes, so, because she is a sick singer though, do you mean?
She's going to disagree with me, but I've seen a massive change in her confidence compared to when she met me first. The first time Lauren met me, even yesterday, she played her song in the canteen on her phone. She never would have done that back in October or September. Even earlier on today, she was like, yeah, maybe Ocean Eyes is good. But going back in September, she never ever would have said that. So I think deep down, I've seen a massive growth in her.
She should have more confidence in herself, because she's way better. Like, we've sat practicing where she's asked me to practice some of the songs with her, playing guitar, and she can sing phenomenally. It's just, she doesn't have the confidence. If she had the confidence, I think she'd go really far.
As a friend, it's been really nice to watch, and even though I've drilled it into her since I met her, you're good, stop saying you're bad. I'm just glad now that I've seen a massive change in her.
she knows what she's capable of, she just won't admit it to herself. Like, she knows in the back of her head, like, she's good at what she does, like, but she just doesn't see herself being that good, like, and she knows, like, so it's kind of frustrating. It's like, no, you know you can do it, I know you can do it. This bitch. How dare she?
Lauren loves and idolises Billie Eilish. I think she forgets that Billie started somewhere as well. Everyone had to start somewhere, so I think, you know, if she could realise that she has the potential to go there if she wants, if she puts the work in, that's all it takes, really.
Felt like Lauren could definitely stepped out of the shadow of Billie that she's put herself in, then she could do anything.
She'll probably kill me for saying this, but I mean it in an encouraging way. I think Lauren, all the talent in the world, I would certainly see her going on to great things, provided of course she places a bit more confidence in her own abilities, that maybe if she gave herself as much credit as she gives to other music artists, she could speed up her own progress to some degree. But without a doubt, all the talent in the world to go on to do whatever she wants to do. Lauren, you ready to rock?
You want the girl with the small waist and the perfect smile, someone who's out every weekday in her dad's new car. You tell me I shouldn't stress out, say it's not that hard, but I just got a feeling this'll leave an ugly scar. If you say she's nothing to worry about, then why'd you close your eyes when you said it out loud? Stupid boy making me so sad, didn't think you could change this fast. She's got everything that I don't have, how could I ever compete with that? I know you're gonna change your mind one day, wake up and be bored with mine. She's got everything that I don't have, and she's all I wanna be, so bad, so bad. She's got everything that I don't have. You want someone you can show off.
Last but not least, I would say the biggest one is start being creative now. Don't wait until you've got the level 8 bachelor's degree to write your first film script, or to write your first album and record it, or to release whatever it is you want to put out there. Get it out now. You can be learning the skills as you go. As I said, we have all of these tools and resources available to us. You've YouTube, you've social media, that the ability to connect with audiences and get your work out there. It's never been this good. We're in the greatest age of opportunity in the history of mankind. We didn't have these tools 10, 15 years ago. So, in my opinion, use them now. Even if the work isn't as good as you'd like it to be, start getting it under your belt, and you can get better as you go. The good thing about the internet is it gives you instant feedback. If your work is good, your music is good, or if you're writing screenplays and stuff that people like, your work will get noticed.
Am I looking at you or the camera?
Abby, of course, I remember on the first day, very, very quiet. She sat up the front. She had her head down, hoping I wasn't going to ask her a question. But as the year went on, definitely came out of her shell.
Kept to myself at the start, and I was like, the idea of having to go make new friends and do a whole new modules and everything was like a no-go for me. It's in my box, in my bubble.
Yeah, and I've just grown a hell of a lot. Like, I know I'm shy myself, but like, Abby is like, she's a new kind of shy. I think we both got different streaks of shy, and like, she's just very shy. So I know it was a big accomplishment for her to get over that bit.
It might be, there's like all different situations. You might be in a situation where you feel like even myself, like, should I put my hand up and say what my idea is? No, there are all too many ideas and they're not gonna, or like, as in you feel like yours is overshadowed, no one looks at it, but with this we just got to throw out anything we had and fit it in, and what we thought was like everyone was taken into consideration.
A lot of the start of Fairtale New York, she engineered throughout other people's solo efforts, and she's kind of just been a constant in the class.
Like, it did take me a while to get serious with the camera. I'm a very laughable person. Like, I'll have all these scenes in my head and I get for the camera, I just start laughing for no reason. I can't keep serious. And so it took a good few shots, but like, I could feel myself as the scenes went on and knew every cut and retake. I could feel myself like getting more and more into it.
Participated brilliantly in Fairy Tale in New York, particularly as the lead actress. Herself and Lauren Kelly did an excellent job there.
Like, before I was even in this course, half of the stuff, even with just films in general, like, I wouldn't have noticed the things I notice now, like, or I know like little tweaks, or if I was behind the camera and not, I'd know much, but I'd know more than what the regular person would. Like, watching back on videos, you're like, oh, it's cool, I wonder how they did that shot, but when you actually know, then you're like, it's actually easy, like, to know. So it was a big relief, especially because it was like, oh, we actually did it. Like, when we got, like, it felt like relief for my old self, because like, I didn't see back then. I was like, how are we going to do this? Like, how we're all so shy, like, they're not going to be able to get in front of the camera or this or that. And I was like, I never had a proper main lead. How am I going to, I just didn't see myself putting it off. But then after we pushed through over the step, it was good, like, to get pushed out of our comfort zone. Confident, happy with it, like, especially like, and I was very flauntly, like, I just like showing everybody, like, look I did, like, look what we did. So it was like a proud moment.
I loved it. Like, I actually did love it though, because like in school I hated school and like I hated like education and all that, but this didn't feel like school. Like, it was fun. Like, I enjoyed coming in every day though, so like it taught me a lot. Like, so yeah, I definitely will miss it 100%.
I think I'm gonna miss this course, yeah, because it's great. It's not like some courses where you come in, you're like, oh, like, there was times just last year where over COVID and all that, I was just not looking forward to coming in. It was just a drag. But this, every day, you're looking forward to coming in because it's a bunch of people you can get along with and have a great laugh with. So I think I will miss it all once it's done.
What would you say in way of goodbye to your classmates?
I don't want to say goodbye. Like, no matter what anybody else's opinions is, if you want to do something, like, push yourself to do it. Like, get that motivation, because it's not non-existent. It's there. Like, you just can't find it. You just need to look for it, and don't let other people's things, opinions, what they think is right for you, hold you back from doing what you want to do and what you think is right. Like,
I'm gonna miss it because, like, people and like the lessons that we've all learned. Because for me, I don't know about anyone else, but like for me, it was more than just music. It was like the stuff I learned in here was stuff that I could apply to my own life. Stories we've heard or different conversations we've all had within this booth. It's weird, like, I've just been able to apply certain things to my life.
They're friends, and it's kind of like in a recording studio setting, it's kind of like a little family, and I feel like leaving that behind and going on to new places is definitely tough to lose, but it's been a great time.
Yeah, I definitely developed a fondness for them, and you know, at the beginning they were quite shy, but they definitely opened up and we developed a good rapport, and you know, it would be great to see them go on to bigger and better things in the future.
Will I miss performing arts? I guess when you're the one responsible for pushing them and you see them doing things to the point where they're vulnerable and they're laying themselves a little bare, you naturally develop a feeling of duty of care to them, where you don't want to be responsible for completely obliterating their self-esteem and their self-confidence, but you feel a sense that you at least help them to overcome their initial fears and their initial apprehensions. And so seeing them progress and succeed, yeah, of course you will develop a certain rapport for them that you probably wouldn't develop with other class groups, because you're dealing with human beings in ways where they're vulnerable, and you being the one responsible for causing that vulnerability, yeah, of course you're going to develop a little bit of a fondness for them. And so yeah, I guess when the day comes and they all pack up their bags and hit the road for bigger and better things, yeah, I guess I'll be sad to see them go.